This is the User Adoption Podcast with your host, Henrik Dagier.
Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Vinnie Fisher. I'm the CEO and founder of Fully Accountable. And what we do at Fully Accountable is we provide fractional CFO and controller services for e-commerce and digital companies doing 7 figures or $1 million of annualized revenue and above.
Vinnie, how are you involved with user adoption?
I'll tell you, it's really a solid question. My whole career has been built off of the idea of behavioral aspects of users. And so it's funny when you ask that question. I'm a marketer at core. And so it happens both internally and externally. How do you impact buying behavior through your experience with the customer? And then also we have enterprise software. How do I impact user behavior inside of our cultural environment? So it exudes like every element of my life.
Vinnie, what are the biggest challenges and successes you've seen with user adoption?
If you go too far from what is accepted behavior, you're now educating and spending a lot of money to teach somebody how to do something. When you think about when the iPhone first came out, a lot of money was spent on getting us to use it. Now it's very normal behavior. Well, when you think about things you build in your business, in your software, in your tools, if you're having to make a big leap from someone's habits of the way they would use something, you're spending a lot of money to overcome that gap. Here in the pandemic times, getting people to buy online has been forced on them. But historically, direct to consumer have spent a lot of money engaging people, adopting them to buy online. And that's a gap that takes a lot of businesses out if you have to overcome that educational gap.
Vinnie, what advice would you like to share with people working on improving user adoption?
Make it intuitive and make it so that I say, just like they do with Grammarly or other tools, if it reduces my writing down so that a 4th or 5th grader can understand it, great. Make the way you present your consumer experience at a level that everyone can understand it. Remember that it's not for you, it's for whoever else it's involved in that user base. And so sometimes we can overcomplicate the situation.
And where can we learn more about user adoption and your work on the subject?
We have a blog at fullyaccountable.com. We talk about this and other conversion rate type things along with user adoption. And so I'd say that would be the best place to go.
Well, thanks, Vinnie.
Thanks for having me, Henrik.
For more on this, visit useradoptionpodcast.com. Don't forget to please subscribe, rate, and review. And for a book about this, check out useradoptionbook.com. Tune in next week for the next episode. Thanks for listening.